Welcome back, guys. It is Puckett alongside Taylor Noble, a.k.a. Reflections. And Reflections today, we have a very special 2000 series. Of course, I'm back in the commentary booth after about 2-3 weeks off. And you, for the first time, as well as several other community casters, are joining me for this special broadcast. Want to get to know you guys. I know you've been grinding out there in the community, doing all kinds of amateur matches, pro matches as well for all different organizations. Tell me a little bit about yourself in the background as the game's getting loaded.
You know what? I've been casting for about 8 months now. It's not a long time, not longer than you or Benson or any of them, but I love the game. I love the Call of Duty community, and I've really been grinding out with shows. I used to do 5 shows a week, and it all culminated into me going to UMG Atlanta, where I was able to commentate that, and I'll also be commentating some future events as well. And I've really been making a lot of headway, I would say, into the Call of Duty competitive scene as a caster anyways. I used to be a competitive player, but realized that wasn't where I needed to be because I just wasn't that good. But I found out, you know what, I have a good voice. I can talk at least, or I love to talk. I don't know if anybody enjoys me talking, but I can talk my head off, and I like to cast. So you know what, I was like, let me try it out, and I started casting, and really it led me here, and it's a big honor to be on MLG. I've been waiting so long to get on here, and it's really a great opportunity overall. I've casted over some of the best teams, and really I feel blessed.
Getting OpTic Gaming for your first match on MLG. Not a bad day for a caster who's up and coming.
Not at all.
So Taylor, let me ask you a few questions here. Favorite co-caster that you've worked with so far, and who's your favorite team? Every caster has one.
Favorite team, man, I'm going to go with Complexity. They've always been so nice to me, and I love them. They always walk up to me, and they shake my hand, hey, how you doing? And they're very, very respectful. Now, favorite co-caster, I would either have to say it's a tie between Golden Boy or Revan, because we just had that connection, especially on LAN. Especially Golden Boy, he's helped me out a lot in my casting career.
All right, well, here we go. Game number 2, your quick profile with Mr. Reflections, but now it's time to get back into the action. Hardpoint standoff. And it looks like OpTic, being good guy OpTic, is going to allow a replay here of game number 1 because of all the issues Phenom suffered.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate, but you know what? It's admirable that they're going to be replaying it, and maybe Dare is going to be able to make a comeback here and realize, we were making mistakes the first game. Let's try to fix those mistakes now and take it to OpTic.
On board with Phenom at the start, but I want you to keep an eye on that scoreboard throughout this game for me, Reflections. Tell me, who is the player to watch according to the statistics? Right now, Phenom's our player inside the hard point. He just lost some cover fire, but Dare, Too Quick, and Blood's doing a phenomenal job of keeping Phenom inside the hill, and already it's the Dare boys hitting that 25-second mark.
Yeah, and I love how OpTic has already rotated big time, and his big timer's now in bottom shop. He's rotated, and he just won a gunfight. He's doing an excellent job holding it down. Wins another gunfight, and that's going to give the advantage going into this next hard point. But they have to knock off who's going to be over there flanking. That's going to be Phenom flanking, and it looks like he's in position to take out Big Timer. So Big Timer needs to lock it down. He does go down, though. But look at Scumper inside that hard point. So they did an excellent job rotating around. Now it's just all about maintaining it.
Oh, and a big cutoff there by Nade Shot in the back will take down Phenom. Actually, that's Big Timer there. Everyone getting picked off, though, as here comes the charge. Ooh. Rose and Too Quick getting some mid-air kills. Too Quick gets one. Rose still alive inside. It's 31-31 after 90 seconds of play. And this one is going to be very tight in the respawn games if Dare keeps playing like this. I love their aggression.
Oh, their aggression is what is saving them right now. OpTic is a more methodical group, and they can be aggressive when they need to be with the gun skill. But Dare overall, I think they're going to beat OpTic if they keep up the gun skill overall. As you see now on your sport, Rose just earned a Hellstorm and a Lightning Strike, so that's going to come in big later on in the game. Now, I'd like to mention Too Quick is at the top of your leaderboard, even though he's going negative. He's 4-8 right now, so he's at 2-0 negative KD, but he's got 3 captures. He's been that main objective player for his team so far, so be on the lookout for him to be breaking those hardpoint hills.
That was Bloods on your mini-map, who is doing some work at blue. Now it's Too Quick's attempt in the back alley. OpTic is going to win this hill, though. Fantastic support in the back. Nice kills at the top as well by Big Timer. He was the one who originally killed Bloods, the anchor for Dare. So 2 strong plays from Big Timer and nice supporting role from the rest of OpTic Gaming will give them at least a 30-second lead going into the 4th hard point here. Solid start in the first 3 minutes from Dare, but OpTic Gaming starting to pull away.
Yeah, and you got to appreciate how OpTic's starting to pull away from that. And, I was on board with Scump, as Scump was doing an excellent job with rotating around. He's on a 5 kill streak now. But what's interesting about him, he's not been playing necessarily inside the hardpoint, but he's been playing around the perimeter, and he's been trying to shut down where Dare is going to be and predicting the spawns as to where they're going to spawn up. So you got to appreciate him doing that. Now, he did, in fact, just earn a Hellstorm and a Lightning Strike, which is going to come in huge as we're rotating over towards the next hit, which OpTic just totally broke 100%, forcing Dare to push through the boxes section. Now, Hellstorm coming in, I don't agree with that, Bucket, because you know what? He just wasted that on a closed-off hardpoint.
Yeah, throwing that Hellstorm down at the barn really did no good for Dare. They're all forced to push on this top street. You got Scumpy pinching on a flank from the boxes. You have players in position waiting for them. That's Big Timer meeting them at the front door. They know exactly what Dare wants to do. The jumping turnaround shots from Too Quick. Rose breaking in with Bloods, though. It looked like OpTic Gaming just overthought that plan. They tried too hard, and it totally backfired on them.
You can't overthink it, man. You got to go muscle memory. You got to know what you're doing. These guys know what they're doing, but once you start overthinking things, then Dare's just going to do the obvious, and what happens is that exactly what just happened, and they took out OpTic there. Now, Rose on a 4 kill streak. He's about to get a Hellstorm. If he does, that's going to be big, because then it's going to close off the monopoly that OpTic now has on score streaks, with Scumper having the Hellstorm and Lightning Strike still. Now, looking at the overall scoreboard, Scumper still going 12-9, and he does have 4 captures. Now, he's once again scanning out the perimeter of these hardpoints, which is really putting Dare on an offensive now. They're having to be like, hey, where are we going? Where is Scumpy going? We need to be able to shut him down. But there you go. They just tied up the score.
Phenom once again inside this courtyard hardpoint. I think this is his best hill that we've seen him in so far. Down come the score streaks, though, as Scumpy will release his Lightning Strike. Still has that Hellstorm available, I believe. And Phenom using his grenades, working with Rose, trying to break this hard point. They have Scumper dead to rights, and it's Dare back on top. Check out your scoreboard, ladies and gentlemen. 112 and counting to just 98 seconds.
And OpTic, JCap's already rotated. He's top green now. He's holding it down. He hops out, though. He knows he needs to maintain the position on the hay if he wants good spawns for his team. He's going to go ahead and hang way back, and this is going to put Dare at a very awkward position because they're not going to know he's there. Excuse me. No, he does know he's there, but Bloods takes him out now, but still Big Timer is going to be inside this hardpoint as they rotate over towards the factory, which is going to be taken by Too Quick now. You do see the score 120 to 111. Dare currently leading the game now. Dare really needs to keep up the aggression and keep up the early rotation. That is what is saving them right now. But not only that, they break the hill from OpTic quite efficiently, and that is what's saving them. Now, Phenom is about to earn score streaks, and if he does, that's going to be big, but he gets shut down, unfortunately. But it doesn't matter. Rose's still inside this hardpoint.
At 17 and 14, I don't care what this kill to death stats say. I think Phenom is the best SMG in the game right now. He was playing the supporting role perfectly. He's jumping in and out of the hill at the right times. He's not missing shots. He's winning his gun battles, and it's really paying off for this squad. 147 and counting to 111, a 35-second lead and gaining for this Dare squad. And Rose, he's going to start the lead with Phenom as they're going to try and push over to blue. OpTic Gaming, though, is going to beat him to the punch. Rose calls in the Hellstorm. Now it's up to Phenom to get the close quarters kills.
And look at Dare, they're already in the next hardpoint pocket. They've already rotated over, forcing OpTic to spawn out over there onto the store position. They have to go through Playground, they have to go through Butcher to try to get there, but they're wasting around 20 seconds just to try to break the hill. So that's 20 seconds they're missing out of, even if they do break the hill. So right now, they need to start gaining position over what's going on. JCap needs to step up his game and start anchoring a lot better because he's not doing so. But as I do look at JCap, he's 13 and 12. He's going just about even. Scupper, about 18 and 18. This is a much different story from the first game we saw, but then again, they were keeping up with OpTic in a 3v4 situation, so it's no surprise Dare is doing so well now.
Remember when OpTic was in the lead at about 98 seconds to 86? Because I do. Yep. Now it's 200 to 111. All 4 members of Dare working together so well. Rose covering Phenom, Phenom covering Bloods. Too Quick doing everything he can to stay inside the hard point. Rose has a Lightning Strike. He has a War Machine. They are 35 seconds away from victory, and they just have to break OpTic's setup once or twice.
Ooh, that War Machine is going to go big inside that store position. As you know, it's so close quarter, and you could just spam in there because you know where they're going to be. They're going to be behind that counter. Now, Rose just uses Lightning Strike. A bit questionable, in my opinion, is he doesn't even pick up a kill, but he does with his MSMC. Why get it with the score streaks when he can just go in there and dominate with the MSMC? As you were saying, he's an excellent sub player. Now, Scumper, he's on an 8 kill streak. He is doing well himself. He got a Hellstorm as well as a Lightning Strike. He's about to earn a War Machine, and he does. Oh, no, he's just 1 kill away, but Rose just pulled out this War Machine as well. But you know what? I'm about to call the game 230 to 130. OpTic really needs to step it up or it's all done.
I think this one is theirs. Look at this, 237 to 130. Scump pulling out the War Machine, getting as many kills as he possibly can. Rose answering back with some grenade launches of his own. Scumpy is fully streaked, but his opponents are 12 seconds of hill time away from taking victory, and OpTic needs to play nearly perfect. In fact, I think it's already mathematically impossible for them to come back in game number 1.
But you know what? It's not going to stop Scumpy. He's on a 13 kill streak. He's like, you know what? You guys may win this, but I'm going to show you I'm still on top and I'm better than all of you guys. So here he goes. He does finally get taken out though. But you know what? Let's bring up the overall scoreboard as the game closes out. Rose going 30 and 20 with 9 captures and 9 defense. Phenom 23 and 24. Bloods 21 and 27. And Quick 14 and 25. And there you go. Look at OpTic side. Everybody going about even, but everybody on Dare, you know, they either went positive or they went negative. But I got to tell you, it's all about the objective role, Puckett. If you play the objective, it doesn't matter about your KD ratio. It doesn't matter about any of that. You can still win the game, and that's evident here as Dare takes the win 250 to 154.
We closed out that game with Scumpy. You saw he was the lone player going off at the end for this OpTic squad. I think after the restart, they just weren't playing with as much intensity as they did in game number 1 the first time around, and they were punished for it. Huge game out of Rose, especially in the later parts. Big moves from Phenom on that green hard point, getting all of those cutoff kills and securing that 60-second chunk of time. That was the difference. Dare now up officially 1-0 over OpTic Gaming in our best of 5. We'll be right back. Game number 2. Let that marinate.